What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
Welcome into episode 32, everybody. I am your host, SleezBall. Today's episode is going to be my quarterback starts and sits every single matchup. We are 2 days away from the Chiefs-Ravens NFL kickoff. Can you believe it? Before we dive into it, guys, make sure you smash that like. Make sure you smash that subscribe. Turn that bell on so you know when I'm live. I'll be live before every single game. Thursday, Friday, Sunday kickoff, helping with start sits for everybody. Talking through Discord lineups, talking through DFS, talking through everything. All the support has been insanely appreciated. I can't thank you guys enough. Now, with this episode as well, I will be giving you the secondary rank. So that's the corner, safeties, all that stuff versus the quarterback ranking as well to help you get a little decide on how my mind works with it. And let's dive into it here, guys. So this is my board, guys. The black top box is going to be the away team. The bottom box is going to be the home team. So the versus leads into the home team for a little clarification there. We are going to kick it off with the Ravens versus at the Kansas City Chiefs. Thursday night football, 2 days away. We cannot wait for this game. Now, you have two top-tier quarterbacks here. If you spent the draft capital in your draft on these guys, you're obviously going to start them. It is the first game of the season. It probably will be a little sluggish to start the first half. Things will probably start to pick up in the second half. But both these secondaries are so good. Many of the Chiefs that rank 9th and the Ravens rank 3rd. And these overall defenses are both top 10. This is going to be a slugfest game. I think it's going to be a lot lower scoring than people think. But again, these two quarterbacks, you can't do anything else but start them every single week. Heading into Friday night football, we got the Packers in Brazil against the Eagles. And this is going to be the same thing as the Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson game here. You got Jordan Love finishing QB5, Jalen Hurts last season. These are two must-start quarterbacks, no matter how you look at it. All the weapons that the Packers have is absolutely phenomenal. I could honestly see Jordan Love finishing as a top 3 quarterback there, and he's drafted around the 10th round. I mean, Christian Watson, if his hammies can stay healthy, Jordan Reed, Dontavian Wicks, Romeo Dobbs, Luke Musgrave, even Tucker Kraft is a backup tight end to go along with Josh Jacobs. And then you go to the Eagles side, and you're looking at Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith. This is a star-studded game. The NFL knows what they're doing. They know what they're sending to Brazil. Tons of talent. The fans are going to love it. Although they can't wear green, obviously, right? When they bring 2 green teams to Brazil, which is crazy. But these are 100% 2 must-start quarterbacks this week. Then we finally start to hit the Sunday slate, and we're going to start off with the Steelers at the Atlanta Falcons. Now, for this game, I'm going to have Russell Wilson, obviously Justin Fields in the Reds. We know he's going to be out there in certain packages and stuff, but I'm not sure about either one of these quarterbacks versus both these good defenses. Now, so you got to look at it like the Steelers had a great draft. Their defense ranked 9th. The Falcons defense ranked 26th, but that's not updated with Judon and Simmons they picked up in free agency, which are 2 monster pickups that could probably put them as a top 15 defense. Russell Wilson has looked sluggish. I do think he's going to feed Pickens a lot. Also, we'll have Pat Freiermuth out there. I think with Arthur Smith, you'll see a lot of Najee and a lot of Jalen split. Now, on the Kirk Cousins side, the only reason I have him in yellow is because it's his first game back. I'm tempering the expectations. He's 35. Coming off a torn Achilles. I know he lights up his receivers and his tight ends, and it's always good. He's always like a 20-point average quarterback. I know that. But with the first game, especially being against the Steelers defense, I'm going to keep both of them in yellow, which is not a sit-em, but I would call it if you're in a super flex, a startable QB in super flex would be my yellow. The game that I cannot wait to see, the Arizona Cardinals head on down to Buffalo. Now, I know this game is usually a struggle for West Coast quarterbacks that travel east for games, especially early games. I mean, it's proven fact, but now you have Kyler Murray finally 100% healthy. Last year was still averaging 18.9 points per game coming off a torn ACL. Didn't have Marvin Harrison Jr., didn't have Trey McBride locked in. James Conner, a little injury history here and there, but don't worry, they got Trey Benson to back that up now. And the the Atlanta Cardinals are going to have to score massive points at will. Their defense ranks 32nd dead last, and which is exactly why Josh Allen is my number 1 quarterback this week. I don't care that he's lost Stephon Diggs. I don't care that he's lost Gabe Davis. This man still rushed for 15 touchdowns last year. Probably going to rush for a touchdown in this game. Probably going to throw for 300 plus yards. Even with Kincaid, even with You got Khalil Shakir, you got Curtis Samuel, you got Keon Coleman, the rookie. He will find a way to make it happen because this defense is so bad. This is going to be one of my favorite games of the week to watch. I think it's going to be super high scoring. Heading down to Chi-Town, the Tennessee Titans are going to go see Caleb Williams for his first NFL game ever. And this one's going to be a little different ranking here from me. I'm going to put Will Levis in yellow. I am going to put Caleb Williams in green. But I wish I had like a tempered green yellow kind of thing here. I try to make one here for next video. But I think Will Levis is going to have a breakout, but he goes into a very tough matchup in week 1 with the Bears secondary being 10th and their defense being 8th overall. Very, very good defense. They have one of the top cornerbacks in the league as well. But when you head to the Caleb Williams side, you're like, yeah, he has all these weapons. You know, he has DJ Moore, he has Keenan Allen, he has Romo Dunze, he has DeAndre Swift, Roshan Johnson, Khalil Herbert, all these guys with a decent offensive line that ranks 11th. But the sneaky factor here is that the Tennessee Titans secondary is actually very good. 2 of their corners rank in the top 25, and Awuzie is the other corner. So they can handle these 3 wide receivers. I'm not going to say it's going to be a full stop, but I am going to try and it's his first game as a rookie, you know, and expectations are so high for him that you could see a little struggle here. But I'm going to keep it green, but it's a tempered green start for Caleb Williams. Gonna be one of the fuggliest games of the season. I firmly believe it. The Patriots are going at the Bengals. You're going to see Jacoby Brissett instead of Drake May. It just pains me that they don't have him out there. Or the Patriots are set to win 4 games in Vegas. Why not see what you have in your rookie? But I guess they want to put the journeyman out there to save face of Drake May in case you think he's a bad pick because he struggled, which I don't understand because if you think about it, Bryce Young struggled last year and now everyone's on the hype for the turnaround. So the Bengals side, I don't care if Jamar Chase is out there or not. This is a smash play. The Patriots defense ranks 24th. He's going to absolutely light them up. If Burrow's out there or not, Higgins goes off, Jermaine Burton goes off, Yoshi could have a good game. Mike Gesicki may find the end zone. You know, they got Chase Brown and they got Zach Moss back there. This is going to be trouble written all over it for the Patriots. Either way you look at it in this game. Another one of the games that I cannot wait to see this week is going to be the second-year rookie battle between C.J. Stroud and Anthony Richardson, who didn't get to play last year because of injury. Now, you're going to have the Texans, who have all their weapons, man. This could be a light-em-up game. The Colts secondary ranks 17th. Their defense is about middle of the pack. Now they get Stephon Diggs to go along with Nico Collins. Now you got Tank Dell back healthy. Joe Mixon. The Texans' offensive line is a little worrisome part here, but I firmly believe this is going to be a massive, massive game for C.J. Stroud this week. Even though he doesn't have the high fantasy rushing upside, I still think he's going to light up the Colts this week. Heading on to the Anthony Richardson side. Now, the Texans defense is very good. They added a ton of pieces in the offseason in the draft and in free agency. But the Colts have weapons here too, guys. Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, and goddamn Adonai Mitchell looks good, man. They don't really have a tight end with Kylan Granson, or we don't know if we'll see Melody Cox there. Jonathan Taylor's going to absolutely feast. No holdout this year. A top 3 offensive line. So no matter how good that defense is, this Colts offensive line can manhandle them. I'm firmly a believer in that. You've seen this offensive line. And Anthony Richardson may have a lot of time to throw here, and I cannot wait to see this guy run. Both these guys are absolute smash start quarterbacks this week. One of the games that the people are going to think is going to be one of the highest scoring games of the week, I'm going to give you a little interesting tidbit here. And this is Jacksonville Jaguars at the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins defense ranks 6th overall. But I'm still going to put T-Law in a must-start green and Tua in a green. Now, we're going to start with Tua here as the home team first because I want to get to the Jags part second here. Tua, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Jonnu Smith, A.K. Mostert, whatever they have, they're going to light this Jags team up, right? Their Jags secondary is one of the worst in the league. They were one of the worst last year. They didn't get any better. And honestly, the Dolphins are always must-start if they're out there. Let's be honest. Now, why I have Trevor Lawrence in green is literally because they're going to have to score points to keep up. But the problem here is that you're also going to be going up against Jalen Ramsey and Kendall Fuller. So if you're thinking about starting BTJ or Christian Kirk, temper your expectations a little bit here because these are 2 top 10 rated corners in the NFL for Jacksonville. This is where I think Evan Ingram has a monster game because the Dolphins have struggled against the tight end, and they're going to again. And this is going to be an ETN, Ingram, Trevor Lawrence game here. I firmly believe it. You'll see a couple catches for Kirk and BTJ here, but these corners are damn good in Miami, and it may be a struggle for the guys that you think are going to light it up for Jacksonville this week. Oh, down the river to the Superdome we go. The Panthers, and I hope that they are improved with Dave Canales there. He brought in tons of offensive weapons. This is going to be still a yellow for me for Bryce Young, which means if you're in a super flex, I'm okay with starting him. It should be a turnaround completely. I know Jonathan Brooks is still on IR. You're going to have Chuba, Miles Sanders, probably 60-40 split there. You brought in Deontay Johnson, who I'm super high on to have a massive year this year. They draft Jatavion Sanders. They have Adam Thielen. They still got Mingo out there lurking around. We don't know if he's going to do much yet. And Xavier Legette is a first-round pick as well. So they went all offense here. And what does Dave Canales do best? He's the quarterback whisperer that makes offense happen. I just don't like this matchup for him versus the Saints. The Saints defense is number 8. And it's honestly a very, very, very good secondary as well. So, I mean, it's going to be a tough game here. But the Saints, on the Derek Carr side, his projection is so low that he's like a must start, right? Like the Panthers defense ranks 27th. Olave could feast. Shaheed should feast. Kamara's going to go nuts. Taysom Hill could find the end zone. I really, really like this matchup for the Saints players, and I don't really like the Saints a lot. And this is kind of like a must-win game for the Saints. Like you have Derek Carr on a major hot seat. You have Dennis Allen on a major, major hot seat. And if they come out the season and lose to the Panthers, we're in a shitstorm right away for the Saints. So they must win this game. The ugliest game of the week, but we still got to talk about it. It is going to be the Vikings at the New York Giants. And Sam Darnold and Danny Dimes. Why I'm both going to say they're super flex startable, not full bench players to me, is because Sam Darnold still has Justin Jefferson, still has Jordan Addison, has Aaron Jones, Ty Chandler, a decent offensive line, ranks in the 15th. But they are going up against the Giants, and the Giants defense is nasty, guys. I even learned this today. Top 5 linebacking crew, top 18 corners, but they think that's very underrated. And their line has amazing stars on it this year, headed by Thibodeau. And I hope he's in here for a breakout. And I could see them honestly eating up Sam Darnold this week. But I'm still going to give Danny Dimes the rushing upside here. I think Neighbors will see a ton of targets. I just don't know how good the targets will be. Danny Dimes looked terrible in the preseason. He's thrown 3 picks. The Minnesota Vikings defense, though, is very, very leaky. The corners ranked 22nd. This could be a feast game for Neighbors right out the gates. And like his NFL debut with 2 touchdowns and 100 yards could possibly happen here. Just depends on how the targets look from Daniel Jones. But I am going to put them both as super flex startable because this matchup is purely ugly. And I think the opportunities of each team having the ball a ton could be there. Sustaining long drives is not something going to be happening in this game. So you never know what could happen here. But I'm going to put them both in yellow. One of my favorite games to watch is always the division rivalry of the Raiders at the LA Chargers this week. Now, the Raiders bring in Minshew Mania as the quarterback. I am going to put them both as super flex startable, not full benchable, not one QB startable for me this week because Justin Herbert coming off the injury. They say he's looked good in 7-on-7s. I've seen the updates. But you got, man, I swear to God, these teams play each other like 2017 every time. And Gardner Minshew is going to feed Devontae Adams. Jacoby Myers out there. I really, really cannot wait to see Brock Bowers' first game to go along with Michael Mayer. You'll see a lot of 12 personal sets, which is 2 tight ends, which is going to feed Zamir White, which is why I love Zamir White this week. On the Justin Herbert side, they bring in one of my favorite picks in Ladd McConkey. They have Joshua Palmer, who's probably going to lead the way, and he's super underdrafted. And we all know Quentin Johnson couldn't catch water if he fell out of the boat. And their tight end position is really shaky. Now, in this game, though, if you believe in the Harbaugh, ground and pound run game, this could be one of the games where it is. The Raiders defense is very good. The Chargers defense is very leaky in the secondary. They're great up front. Their secondary ranks 24th, not that great, but the Raiders rank 12th. The Raiders are a very good defense. They're just a quarterback away from being a playoff team. This is going to be a very, very, very close matchup this week and one that I'm enamored to watch this game, man. Oh, we're going to the 12th man. The Broncos offense, Bo Nix led, is going to have his first rookie start at Seattle. And, man, the 12th man is going to be rocking, and I firmly believe it is going to be rough, folks. So, Bo Nix, only weapon is Cortland Sutton. Not really a true alpha wide receiver 1. He did get 10 touchdowns last year. They play from behind all the time, so the numbers are bolstered. They're going to be playing from behind almost every game this year. I mean, I'll get to my running backs later to talk about Javonte Williams, but his weapons are very, very putrid. I mean, Dolchich, Troy Franklin, maybe Marvin Mims, kick return, punt return specialist with him as well. I might see extra yards like that. I'm not excited at all about anything Denver this week or probably for the rest of the season. Now, the Geno Smith side, why this defense is gonna just hammer away is they bring in Mac McDonald, the Ravens defensive coordinator. It's going to be a different look, hard mouth, smash mouth team. And on the offensive side of the ball, they bring in Ben Grubb. They bring in the Washington high-powered offense. DK Metcalf going to be playing the Cooper Kupp role to go along with Jay Season and Tyler Lockett. It looks like Noah Fant's out there. Kenneth Walker is going to absolutely feast in this game. I mean, I love everything I see from Seattle's offense here, and I think Geno Smith is a smash start this week versus the 24th ranked Denver defense. But they do have Pat Surtain at corner, and he is a top 5 rated corner, so you do have to worry about that. But he can't shadow Metcalf everywhere. So I love Geno Smith this week. Here comes the bold call of the week that I've made on Twitter. A bunch of other places you want to check that out as well. It's My Mind as a Weapon, SleezBall FF. That's on every platform like that as well. Now, the Cowboys head to the Cleveland Browns, who are my ranked number 1 defense. PFF ranks number 4 defense. You're going to have Denzel Ward out there. You're going to have Dak Prescott going up against a massive line. You're going to have CeeDee Lamb on a pitch count going up against one of the top 10 corners in the league in Denzel Ward. And you're going to have Brandon Cooks out there and Jake Ferguson, and the Cleveland Browns are very, very good against the tight end. So this is a very, very, very rough matchup. The Cowboys also lost 2 starting linemen last year, and their offensive line is no longer a top 3 line. It now ranks around 14th to 15th. But the same thing on the other side of the ball here. I know Deshaun Watson already has the same throwing shoulder problems in practice. They did add Jerry Jeudy to go along with Amari Cooper. You got to like that a little bit. And they have Njoku out there. Nick Chubb still on the pup. You're going to see Jerome Ford, probably a little Deontay Foreman in the red zone here. But I don't like either of these quarterbacks in this matchup. The Dallas Cowboys defense was going to be ranked number 1, but they did lose Deron Bland out for 6 to 8 weeks. So I dropped them down to about 7 or 8-ish area. They still have a nasty front. They are going to have Diggs back out there. I mean, this is going to be like a bloodbath game right here. And I just don't like any of these quarterbacks in this matchup. I'm going to sit them both. The electric rookie quarterback we all want to see, the Washington Commanders head to Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Jaden Daniels against Baker Mayfield. Now, both these quarterbacks I'm going to have on stardom. Jaden Daniels rushing upside is going to be bananas. Rushed for 1,000 yards in college, had 50 freaking touchdowns in college. And now he doesn't get the Brandon Ayuk, but he still has Terry McLaurin. The scary thing here is the offensive line for the Commanders is very bad, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense didn't get a lot better like it was last year. They got a little worse. They rank about 21st against the pass. This could be a feast game for both sides of the ball. And you got to look at the Commanders defense ranks 30th versus the pass. So this could be a Baker feast game. He's one of my favorite DFS picks this week. I love Mike Evans. I love Godwin. I love Terry McLaurin. I love Rashad White. I love Brian Robinson. I love all the players in this game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game that people don't really talk about. And they always kind of go under the radar, the Commanders, because they haven't really had any, bright talent, superstar kind of season yet. And now they got their guy, Jaden Daniels, and I cannot wait to see this man play. The Sunday night game, the revenge game for Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams, headed back to Detroit. Now, this game right here is definitely 100% going to be a must-green start for both quarterbacks. So Stafford looks like Puka's going to be healthy off the knee scare in the preseason. Kupp is back to 100%. And I've been telling you all year that Cooper Kupp is going to outproduce Puka Nacua at a cheaper value, although Cooper Kupp's value is going to get even higher. They bring in Colby Parkinson, Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, and they're going to need them all in this game, guys, because the Rams defense is terrible, right? So they're going to have to score to keep up every single game this year. And what is McVay a genius at? Offensive schemes. So you're going to want to start the whole Rams team every single time they're out there and healthy, no matter what, because their defense is not going to be able to stop anybody. Now, to flip the script here on the other side, Jared Goff and every single Lion, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Laporta, possibly even Jameson Williams for a bomb. I don't like him in redraft, really. But like I said, you're going against the worst defense. Everybody's going to eat here. Montgomery, Gibbs, them as well. The running game. This is going to be the Rams defense cannot stop anything. and it's going to be very, very ugly all year for them, the defensive side of the ball. So it is a smash start almost every star position you have against the Rams this season. And we saved the best matchup of the week for Monday Night Football. The NFL knows what they're doing, man. This is honestly my Super Bowl preview pick right here. The New York Jets head in to the San Francisco 49ers, and you can say whatever you want about my Super Bowl call on the Jets here. They are stacked on both sides of the football here, guys. Their defense ranks 5th. Their offensive line ranks 3rd. They have 2 corners that are both absolutely ridiculous, and Sauce Gardner being ranked 1 PFF, and you also have Michael Carter II ranked 9th. So they have 2 top 10 corners that will be out there on Ayuk and Debo. You might get to see more of a Kittle game here, more of a CMC type game. And then you go to the Niners side of the ball, and you have who? Oh, Charvarius Ward, who ranks as the 3rd corner, to go along with a nasty Niner defense with Bosa, Hufanga. We have a lot of injuries on the end as well. I say we because I'm a Niner fan. You can tell behind me. Drake Jackson kind of hurt. We're still going to have Fred Warner out there, the best linebacker in football. And Aaron Rodgers coming off an Achilles at the age of 40. I know I love Garrett Wilson this year if Aaron stays healthy. I'm just going to temper, just like Kirk Cousins, his first game back. This man's 40 off a torn Achilles. We don't have much information quarterback-wise on torn Achilles anyways. And he's also older. I love both these teams. This is going to be a nightmare matchup here, man. I think it's going to be really, really hard-hitting, really low scoring. And then you go to the Brock Purdy side, and it's going to be the same thing. The Jets defense is disgusting, but the Niners have so many more weapons than the Jets. So I give Brock Purdy a little yellow start here, super flex start. I don't like Brock Purdy as a single flex start this week. I don't think he pops projection that much, unless Devo takes the screen to the house or something. This is going to be just a very, very, very hard-hitting, tough game here. And I don't like any of these guys as starts, but I'm okay with Brock Purdy and super flex here. That was it for episode 32, guys. My start sit-em quarterbacks week 1. I am going to try and get every single content of mine out by the Thursday kickoff. So tomorrow, you are most likely going to see my running back, wide receivers, and tight end start-em sit-em videos all drop in one day. So we are ready for Thursday. And then on Thursday, I will be live 2 hours before the kickoff. Friday, I'll be live 2 hours before the kickoff. We'll be looking over lineups in Discord. We'll be chatting stardom sit-ems. We'll be looking at DFS lineups. If you guys all want to tune in, I will be there to help you. I am here to help you win that fantasy championship. Make sure you smash that like. Make sure you smash that subscribe. Turn that bell on so you know when I'm live. You know when I'm posting videos. And if you guys have any comments at all, fantasy football related, doesn't have to pertain to this video. It can. If you think quarterbacks should be ranked higher, let me know. I'd love to hear your opinion. It helps me out as well. And I will catch you guys in the next video, man. SleezBall out.